You know, in my line of work, sometimes I not only come across an awesome caravan, but also an awesome tow vehicle. That is what we have here. In fact, behind me, we have a pretty sensational rig. It's the Deluxe Riptide Off-Road. It's a 22-footer being towed by an Isuzu S300 truck, and it all belongs to my new friends, Brodie and Heidi. So let's say hello and take a good look through the Deluxe.
My name's Heidi and I'm from New South Wales South Coast, and we have trip on wheels. And this is?
Yeah, I'm Brodie Risco, just a carpenter from the South Coast, I suppose.
We like Deluxe because we like the build and the quality, and we like that everything's made sort of in the same area.
Yeah.
And the layout, probably the layout. The team from Deluxe were really accommodating to how we wanted the bunks at the rear, middle bathroom and shower, and the kitchen, and then the main bed sort of at the front of the van.
North, south, any extras we wanted, they just accommodated for and went above and beyond with us. My favourite feature in this caravan would, I think, Tare suspension and the Energize system. Yeah, it's a good system. So we've got 400 amps lithium, 6 200-watt solar panels, 2 MPPT solar regulators, and a DC to DC charger with the combi 3000-watt inverter. Good to power up any appliance really, especially the aircon. Went above and beyond with it because I'd like to go around Australia one day, and it's a good system for it, I suppose. So the Energize system, we gave it to Deluxe and they looked at that and thought behind the fridge was a good option. So it's better for accessibility, so you can see what's going on. It's well vented as well, so we don't have to worry about heat and stuff like that. It's got a sensor in there, so it tells how hot it is in there if something happens. We do have the Cimarron display in there as well, so that tells us everything, how much water we've got, how much solar's going in, how much power's going out.
And did you add an extra water tank?
Yeah, we did add an extra water tank. We upgraded the 12-volt system, was one of our first preferences. I wanted the outdoor kitchen. I like to be outdoors. Cooking outdoors is a lot better than inside, preferably.
We removed the oven.
Yeah, remove the oven. We've went with the Tare suspension, so we went that way just for suspension-wise, good clearance. The levelling side of things was a big priority, is why we picked them. So we took the sink out of the external kitchen, really just because we've got a sink inside. Didn't want to lose the whole tunnel boot.
Another feature we added is we went for the split windows instead of the big main windows, just for privacy and security reasons. So in the night we hope we can pull one up and have the top one open. We also put Stroco fans as an extra in all the bunks and one at the main bed, which I think comes as standard.
I'm towing this van with Isuzu S300. It's got 4.5 tonne towing and carry a 7.5 tonne GVM, so it's got plenty of tolerances there. It's one thing a lot of people struggle with is the weight and their towing capacity, the GVMs and stuff like that, so I don't need to worry about any of that. It's all there. So yeah, the Isuzu is definitely a good pick. If I go around Australia one day and carry a boat, easier. Got a bigger engine. I just find the bigger engine and the heavier vehicle when towing is definitely a priority. That's just preference really.
The initial reaction and seeing this caravan for the first time, I think I was speechless.
I was just shocked how big it is, really. Yeah, so the length and just how tall it is, the clearance it's got.
We got update progress shots and videos throughout the whole build, got to choose all the colours, and it really is personalised to our needs and what our dream caravan build is. We're going to take it down to along the Murray River this weekend and do a few nights there by the river, have a campfire, trial out the outdoor kitchen and all the accessories inside, and then we hope to do a bit of a shakedown trip, and then we hope to do a bigger trip at the end of the year. So I'm a registered nurse and Brodie is a carpenter, so at the moment we're part-time travellers, but we do hope to go around Australia one day. That's why we've sort of got this setup happening now, so we can build it up and work out what works and what doesn't. Got the bunks, yeah. So I've got a brother with Down syndrome that we care for sometimes, so we hopefully want to take him as well.
Niece and nephew as well.
Yeah, niece and nephew want to come around.
And the future kids one day.
Yes.
Yeah, just didn't want to go and buy 2 different vans, buy one and then upgrade to something like this, so just went and bit the bullet and did it in one go.
So the reason we sort of have this set up and we've got the truck and we chose this van is we want to take it really off-grid and remote places.
It's the reason why we've built this above and beyond, just a matter of finding the time now.
Now, not only is this caravan obviously attractive, I mean, there's no question though that it's substantial. Look at the A-frame. I love the storage box. Look, I like the fact that it's, to be honest, not made of checker plate. Nothing wrong with checker plate storage boxes, they're everywhere, but this is aluminium powder coated, and for a high-end, top-end caravan like this, I think that's more in keeping with this caravan's nature. We've obviously got a mesh stone guard, a couple of 9-kilo gas cylinders, but because this caravan has a 4.5-ton ATM, they've gone for the Cruisemaster DO45 coupling. And if we have a look around on the offside of the caravan, we'll see a fairly sophisticated 12-volt setup. Now here, obviously, we have the 12-volt nerve center of the caravan. It includes the inverter, your 2 MPPT solar controllers, DC to DC charger, and one of my favourite things though is the fact that yes, obviously it's vented, but it's filtered as well, which to me just makes sense. Now with this caravan, it's the first time that Deluxe Caravans had ever fitted the brand new Tare Glide suspension system. Now this suspension system is really just being rolled out to the Australian RV market sort of now. One of the key benefits of this Tare Glide suspension system, look, it has a sway bar. Secondly, you don't need to change your wheel bearings apparently for 400,000 kilometres. It's got 230 mils of travel, and being an airbag setup, we of course can adjust the ride height east to west. We have a remote control, let a bit of air out, and then we can pump it up. Now this is a 22-foot caravan, so there's heaps of storage on the inside, and the attention to detail in here is first class. This is a really well put together caravan, but this layout does do a couple of things a little bit differently. Most notably, we've got rear bunks stretching the width of the caravan rather than running sort of north-south. Not only is that a fantastic space saver, it allows for this split bathroom layout, which is a layout that I particularly like. But in the kids' bedroom, not only does each bunk have its own fan, USB charging point, but there's heaps of cupboard storage space as well. In fact, probably more than what you would find on vans of comparable size. And a couple of concertina doors for bathroom privacy. And it's just a small point really, but I like the way this caravan has all the switches and all the displays centralized in one overhead locker. Now and again, you do see some of these things mounted to the wall of the caravan, but I always think that that approach just makes the caravan look cluttered. So by placing everything in the one place, makes the caravan look much neater. Now this caravan really isn't lacking anything, and that's no surprise because after all, Heidi and Brodie were looking for a caravan that would keep them off-grid for days or even longer at a time. So when you look around the caravan, you're going to find things like a reverse cycle air conditioner, you've got your Dometic dust reduction system, and obviously full cooking facilities, although as Brodie said, they did intentionally omit the oven. You know, I really like this caravan. It's got loads of payload capacity for a start. Clearly it's well built. The 12-volt system is fantastic. There's loads of water storage, and I really don't think they're going to have any trouble towing it with that Isuzu truck. So Brodie and Heidi here at GoRV, we wish you the best of luck for your travels.